I mean, how do you justify it? They are both. I was actually really impressed with Camo's Neon gameplay. I think he was matching Wizzy, like, towards the end of the game, like, bar for bar. He was matching his aggression.
Why not both?
But then what does Kiko do? Kiko, it's been a long time.
See, there's too many questions. There's too many questions.
That is my job, and that's why I'm here. But it's been a while since we've seen Kiko play a series without at least playing a duelist on one map. You know, he is the secondary duelist. He usually kind of flexes onto that when we go to maps like Split, for example. But let's take a look at Sunset. Billy have pretty much insta-locked every agent select we've seen.
It's a Kiko ISO.
It's a Kiko and a Camera. And Penny's going to just keep playing the Omen.
Fair enough.
Interesting. Having Kiko play ISO over Penny, which again, like I'm not saying by any means that Penny is not insane on Omen, but Omen was the agent who played on the first map, and they did lose that map. So I'm a little skeptical looking at this.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see without the footage here, but honestly, like, there are some things that you have to remember, like, coming in. Once you see, like, a stranger pick, like an ISO, like ISO next to Sova, you've got combo ideas there, right, with the undercut and the ultimate, these different types of things, but really, it's just about affording more opportunities for Kiko to find fights.
Well, welcome back, Sunset, and welcome back, your casters, Achilleos and Paperthin. Take it away.
Don't mind if we do map 3 to go ahead and close out the first day of Masters Toronto. We wouldn't have it any other way. That Haven, absolutely nutty. 16-14. What can Sunset deliver? That is the question.
Feels like that's just going to be what this match is all about. It's just who can create a little more chaos. Having this ISO in there for Kiko. He's only played it 2 other times before this game. And it should be interesting to see how they want to pilot that ISO around this map. Wasn't one of the agents I had in my mind coming into this. I thought maybe they just lean into Phoenix again with how well it went on Haven.
Certainly could have done that, but the barriers are about to drop. Toronto, could I perhaps bother you once again to make some noise?
Fantastic. BLG on the attacker side. Trying to get through B, but Camo tucked in the corner.
YZ just bounding forward, but it doesn't even matter. Serial's just absolutely mowing them down. 3 quick kills. YZ able to clear the shield here, but the headshot will connect. A blink and you miss it pistol round. Team Liquid racking them up.
Billy just trying to disrespect the Cypher one way. They pay the price. Oh, they just line up for him. Brilliant from Serial. There's just crossfires galore. Just walking right into the trap.
Well, Michael, I got so happy that I
Team Liquid again.
Unbelievable.
Claiming a pistol. They're up 3-2 in that category for this series.
Just a frenzy and half armor here for YZ. A shorty for Russia. No other real investment to be found. Smoke cycled over towards Market. Serial out in front of it, and there's the pullback. No one clearing the trip. YZ absolutely dead to rights. They are able to find an elimination, but Camo, it's his turn to get the 3K. And just like that, it's another swift conclusion over on that B side of the map.
Well, Billy tries to dip into the B well again, and similar results. Yoink! Right back. Go any further. Something you're gonna have to be diligent about here as Billy. Can't let that Cypher util slow YZ down. He's got to be free to break into those sites, and Desk was talking about it. When he is the one kind of getting that space, getting those kills early, that's when Billy was at their best on Haven. Neff thinking about some deep utility there, but opts to not go for it. Now they're going to try a little bit more of a crunch attack towards B. Oh, what?
A double line up there. That's going to be the duelist now eliminated, taken away from Team Liquid. Shots from Russia.
Cage triggered.
There's the spike now, going to be ushered across the map. Serial investigating over towards Market. K-Knight will just swing out, challenges in, wins the fight. Always made Patatek position known over by Boba. As Russia does get caught on timing. Penny able to find that one, can get the weapon upgrade. Takes a TP, but still has no real way of getting into this position. We'll have to reroute the Patatek. It's a hell of a headshot. And if nothing else, making this costly for Billy, still going to be net positive for Team Liquid.
You know you got to break through onto B main.
There's a little bit of room there to try to work with, but forced off the defuse. Penny get taken down. Billy very much well poised to go ahead and close this out with 3 players surviving. Not too bad of an anti-bonus, but still some damage dealt. Patatek will go ahead and slink away, hold on to the Phantom, as Billy get themselves around win.
At Team Liquid, once again, looking for some of those early trap plays, this time outside of A. And Rusia just in a perfect position to punish it. Meanwhile, setting up for a crunch onto the B site on the other side of the map. Works out well initially. Patatek hit some nice shots, but not much to be done. Once they've got B main control, very tough to flush that out. Gotta have those flank angles. Oftentimes you gotta be coming in through your opponent's spawn area. You know there's gonna be Cypher Util there, tracking you to try to get through mid-bottom. Here goes YZ.
Oh, gets a spot out. Don't think he was anticipating that whatsoever. Closes the gap, gets on top of Penny before the TP can come through. Patatek does manage to fight back, gets the trade. For one thus far is the drone coming in over the top, looking to try to get the spot out. Wall going to be sent. Patatek over Merchant, teeing up over the top, ends up just getting dropped.
Deploying drone.
You just got K-Knight trying to maybe play for a timing here on the drone, but just cannot close that gap. They've been held to pay. They're going to have to assess if they can rewrap across towards that B site or if they have to just go for a save.
They've got a little bit of info with that Cypher cam. They're going to try to work towards that part of the map, but Team Liquid's going to use that opportunity. Take a little bit more space. Make sure that A is cleared out. And there's the neural theft. So Serial going to know for sure.
There's the trip. Cleared. Cam as well, getting the dart. Slows him up for a little bit longer as the market door broken open. Levius, the lion's share of weight here on his shoulders, gets the damage across, and oh, Keiko just strafes into the headshot. Serial though, trying to be the hero. He gets it done. The 1-2 punch. Team Liquid now up 3-1.
He is having a whale of a time here on Sunset on the Cypher. Serial so ready. This is just a great round for Patatek. Making up for some of the wrongs maybe on Haven. He's had a really nice start. Able to take down YZ. YZ was ready for him to be on site. The crosshairs almost in the right spot, but Patatek was just a step faster. And that slowed down BLG's hit. And that really opened things up for Team Liquid because they're able to get their forces over. YZ thinking about B, not being subtle about this. It's a weaker buy now.
Strafing out into the open. Making it very easy for Camo to go ahead and collect that elimination.
I'm out of here.
That just very much brings a halt to any kind of pacey hit that BLG was looking for.
And they've really wanted to see if they could find openings at the front of B early. Team Liquid so well prepared for anything like that. They have shut it down every time. Now you gotta try the other side of the map. Knife there. Clear the corners. Penny though.
Enough to go ahead and get some interest in a rotate.
For sure. But this is BLG. You never know when they're just kind of setting up for a fake on the other side of the map.
And that Cam tells all, why is he still swinging out? There's a firing squad waiting for him as Camo collects another elimination, and now, I mean, they're just worlds apart. K-Knight
30 seconds left.
gonna try to escape, but Levy is trying to clear back sight over towards Alley. He's just dead to rights. TP forward, Neff reading this well, but can he get the jump is going to be the question. Spots him out, lines up ahead. Does manage to find that K-Knight at the same time. Gets a shot there on a Serial just at market door. Spike gonna be planted a hell of a lot of damage off the overdrive there. Camo finds himself a 3K. K-Knight is not gonna be able to get it done. Dead on the swing. Team Liquid with the defuse, now up by 3.
I think you got to be thinking about an early timeout here for Billy. Just kind of some odd decisions, trying to take some of these hero play battles, these isolated battles.
One enemy remaining.
And you know, Billy, I didn't see them doing this a ton in their region. But here today, with how scrappy things have been against Team Liquid, some of these unusual agent compositions they're running against seems to have thrown them off a little bit with their mental. And yeah, absolutely, you've got to right the ship here. At the very least, you've got to get them playing a bit more as a team. Get the comms under control. It's like you said, when YZ swings out there, just no reason for that.
No reason for that for Russia as well. To start the round.
Yes.
So yeah, I think a couple screws coming loose here while trying to retighten them. This has got to be painful, frankly, to say the least for Billy. This is a series you come into and you should feel like, okay, we have this on lock. They don't have Max. They're playing with a guy who hasn't played on a stage this big since Reykjavik. And they've had 2 days of prep. Their team huddle at the start of this was basically the same length of the prep time coming into this tournament. And right now you find yourselves in a map 3 situation, down by 3 rounds.
Well, you got to worry about what happened on Haven. I mean, you had match point so many rounds in a row and you couldn't close it out. It goes into overtime and you can't close it out again. And now you're at a pretty big deficit early. 3 rounds down.
Full regen shields, and there's an outlaw in the hands of Patitech.
Oh boy. Look at their economy, he knows it.
Do some damage. Situated here at top mid. Won't get too much of a glimpse in towards Tiles though before that smoke blooms. Recon cleared, just a slow drift forward here. Neff and YZ ready to try to pop flash, send it out through the smoke. Never gonna get caught there, but Kiko still able to find one as YZ gets taken down.
Take flight.
Neff on the trade, Null Command now popped as they storm their way forward onto the A side. Penny trying to hold the corner here. Slides back in towards the alley. Fights up against K-Knight, gets some damage in, but cannot confirm the kill. Player advantage now. Frank gets ready to come through, but Team Liquid in position to try to go for a flood retake. The fragment will delay.
Spike planted.
And Camo has to win this battle. Oh, and he cannot. K-Knight's got him.
Was looking back over towards main. Getting taken down. Serial flushed down. K-Knight coming alive here. 3K for the Sova. They're looking for a little bit more, but it's going to be Neff to go ahead and close it out. Billy find their second round win in fairly clean fashion.
But it's them playing together here. Even though they push up through top mid and try to reroute over towards A, it's a 3-2 split. They're clearing a lot of space at the front of A. It's really just push through, and immediately there for the trade is Neff. That's the kind of thing Billy should be doing more of. And just holding their angles nicely. K-Knight having a really solid round there. And they needed that. They needed that big time.
Absolutely do. Now they're going to look to try to up the pace here. Just around the corner. Patitech getting an immense amount of damage there from the overdrive is okay. YZ pulled into the gulag. Swing around the corner. Clears it. Gets the headshot. Knocks Kiko out of the park. On the last player that you wanted to grab up with that ultimate.
I was just about to say it.
YZ. He's good for it. Now tucked in here behind the box. Swing from Neff about to come through. Relay bolts sent flying. YZ now ready to strike. Tucks back in. Covering fire is there.
Beautiful.
Neff bails him out, and Patitech can only find one more kill. Stops it from being a flawless, but Billy. Last 2 rounds looking worlds different from the start of this map.
Yeah, the back and forth here. The team play between YZ and Neff, so good. YZ is absolutely ridiculously talented. And Neff there playing this so nicely. Back up his duelist. K-Knight again, good on those off angles. Making sure that everything is under control. Still have a Hunter's Fury here for K-Knight. Levius has a Neural Theft. Patitech has his ultimate as well. Ooh, out in the open! That's one for Camo with the Sheriff. No more found.
Hell of a shot, and now the spike is stranded. You've got this quad stacked. Lucia has to burn the ult just to go ahead and scoop up the spike.
Go.
Decent value found here for the side of Team Liquid.
And now you know.
Now in hand is Hunter's Fury. Also opened up, Patitech getting a tag onto one. There's the kill, YZ taken down. The final pump gets Russia to boot.
I have retrieved the spike.
Team Liquid.
I must wait a moment.
looking to keep this scoreline separated.
Just incredible. The info gathered off that one Sheriff kill. They know they have to rotate back over.
On Serial. Spots him out. They know where this spike is going to end up. Plant to come through, but can they hold the line? Another weapon. Two more now picked up, and Serial striking first. K-Knight flushed out of market. Swing forward, gun barrel spot, but Levy is down to 1 HP. Can't do a damn thing. A 3K from Paddingtech. Running it back. After his performance on the previous map, Liquid maintain the lead. Get themselves a Mastercard thrifty.
This is so nice for them. That early kill again. Spike is down. You know that it has to be a reroute. And the info
on the wall in mid.
Yep, the info from the Cypher util as well. Able to set up that Hunter's Fury. Just beautifully handled by Team Liquid. And that was a thrifty. That's brutal for Billy. It looked like they were maybe going to be able to get themselves back into this. Team Liquid answers right back.
Jump out of the corner, Wisey. Ooh, a lot of damage.
Oh my God.
There's the double damage as well. Pushed forward. Levy is nearly finding a timing, but still can't get the kill. Serial stays alive.
He didn't clear it.
And nothing cleared out. Both trips still intact on this B site. Levius's little adventure not really working out for him. Penny on the jiggle peak, just setting out the paranoia. Forces them back away, buys a bit more time.
Let's see how aggressive Team Liquid wants to be. They know that this is going to be A now. No presence at the B site at all. This has to be explosive for Billy.
0 Point does get the reveal here onto Camo. Penny swinging out, able to strike, finding one. Kiko similarly though peeking in. Self-elimination, holds down K-Knight. Russia on the swing. We'll find one. The backstab now trying to be activated here from Levius. Once again, gets some damage in, but cannot confirm that kill.
30 seconds left.
Spike still on the floor here at backside. Russia swinging on the corner. Does he find the timing? Yes, he does. Neural Step now invested. Serial getting the reveal here. They line up for him, but he cannot quite pull the trigger. 4 kills for Russia, 4 rounds for BLG, just 1 separating.
Oh, that was scary for Billy. They get the trades on the way through. This time they TP Russia up on top of the box again.
This time it works.
And this time it works, exactly. And it's because the teammates are there to back him up. The site's clear for him. So he's able to press the advantage. And he's able to regroup with Levius. That was kind of the thing that had me concerned there for a second, was Levius was completely cut off from Russia. And Team Liquid knew, and they kind of had to decide which way they wanted to go. They opened up just enough space there for Russia to sneak through, back over in towards Link. Now it's going to be Team Liquid's turn for a timeout to try to figure this out. I mean, they make some pretty good reads here, but BLG getting that teamwork in order, finding those really important trades. That's really started to turn this map around for them. But man, this Team Liquid team, they are so fun to watch today. They have really showed up with about the shortest amount of practice time you could possibly fathom.
Yeah.
And they have looked really good.
Streets ahead of our expectations.
And if you weren't expecting it, you were streets behind.
Very true. Well, it's going to be a bit of a change up here. There's Penny getting an operator, handed over by Kiko. Do some half armors, but BLG on the attack, not looking to bring an outlaw to bear. See if this catches them off guard. For now, Penny just going to be situated over this A alley. Trying to see if he can find a target. Put that off to good use.
Definitely unorthodox.
Quick clear on the dart. Nothing going to be started. Nothing going to be found there.
But you got to be careful if YZ accelerates.
Oh, okay. Well, now you know. Why is he looking for the punish? He's able to find it off on the floor. Penny has dropped. BLG. Site is wide open for the taking.
Just the instincts there from YG.
How are you meant to try to retake this? The null command now as well. In your face is just nullifying everything. Kiko just managed to find one. That's the first step. The reswing out. YZ whipping. Camo comes up with the kill. One noted a shoulder, an elbow spotted. Jiggle Peak confirming as Risha trying to go for the reposition there, but gets caught. TP in hand. Patatek able to put him down. He's still low on HP, but he's still fighting back. Finds that kill, leaves it out all to Neff. Ring around the rosy. Shorty v Shorty, but Neff has got the lower end of this deal, but he's just playing time. He's dancing on him. And he will get the Red Bull clutch to tie it up at 5-5.
Neff's done it again. Another big clutch for Billy when they absolutely needed this. I mean, just madness here, but this is what I was worried about off the rip, is that if you get spotted by the utility, or in this case, if you just get jiggled, you just get jiggled by YZ and then he runs at you, you're dead. You can't TP away from that. Neon's too fast. It's got them on their feet.
Couple plays away from K-Knight asking if somebody on the opposite side of the stage is okay. They are right to be.
Well, energy's not here, so.
No, they're not. Keiko staying tucked here in mid, trying to catch him off guard. Bit of an unorthodox position to play from. Toggle on the cam, only gets the spot here onto Camo. Identifying one, but this is all to try to disguise. Patatek now goes for the strike, but only gets a tiny bit of damage there onto Neff's shoulder. They lose Serial in the process. TP to check over onto the A site. Going to be spotted there. Still lingering, lurking, but not able to find the shot. Gets taken down. Camo now dead. It's Penny with this judge. Try to be the difference maker. He's forward though, and he has no idea. YZ's just outdone him in every single facet, as it's a flawless round for BLG to get to 6.
I must wait a moment.
Last round before
now,
the switch.
BLG starting to have their finger on the pulse of this match. They're understanding the way that Team Liquid is trying to approach some of these trap plays, and they're out-dueling them now. Rushia there, waiting for a little bit of help after he gets the identification that there's a couple players setting up a crossfire. YZ is one of the trickiest Neons I've seen. He's been finding these crazy flank angles. Back to Haven, over to here now. He's so smart sometimes with the way that he plays. Just finds these openings in Team Liquid's defenses.
Slippery as Levius has him lined up here at top mid. Kiko and Patatek both gunned down. Serial now to try to hold down this B site. The Hunter Fury, however, is perfectly dialed in on him, and YZ will come away with a headshot. Pushing forward here into the smoke. Camo dead. YZ instantaneous. The overdrive pop, because why the hell not? It's the last round of the half, and Penny would have to pull off an ace clutch. Hits the paranoia, holds him off for now, but he cannot delay the inevitable. It's just going to be the one kill found. 7-5 at the half. Billy in with the lead.
What a bounce back for Billy. A good start for Liquid, but it crumbles as the half wears on.
Liquid's been good about the pistols since Haven. Scooped up those last 3. Feels like they're absolutely going to be needing that 4th and final one here as we go to the second half of this one. But for now, we'll send it away to a quick little break for halftime.
One enemy remaining.
All right, we're about to go back in to Sunset here to settle this series. BLG in the lead by 2 rounds, 7-5 at the half. Those last 4 especially were absolutely electric from the Chinese squad.
I'm just so impressed with the way that they're able to regroup after a rough start, after a devastating loss on Haven. 1 timeout, and they're really able to get things going again. The Coinbase econ report looks like, you know, nobody's really...
It's scrappy.
running away. Yeah, it's been, well...
I think, yeah, it just kind of goes to show that they've just been beating the piss out of each other, to be frank and to be blunt. But Neff has been running it back clearly across those last little streak of rounds that Billy were able to pick up.
Well, he just hit his stride. I mean, we saw it on Haven as well, where he had a couple huge multi-kill rounds to change the tempo, change the pace for Billy. You know, a guy who was on the Ascension winning Bleed team and is now here on the big stage with Billy again. And he's a glue guy. He's there to be good with the util. Saw a little bit of a whoopsie on Haven, but he has had some phenomenal moments.
Well, by TMV standards, being a glue guy, maybe not the best thing.
That's
to
true.
be.
I mean, in terms of keeping the team cohesion,
Yes.
not slowing everybody down.
Precisely. A 0 point over the top. Doesn't get cleared. Get a decent amount of info, but Russia able to just go ahead off the rip, find a kill. Ammo dead. Neff. Listen, that pop flash smoke just blew. Full blind there on a Serial, but he is still able to get himself onto the site. Flush out the enemy Omen. 4v4, Patatek. 24 HP, but no real damage.
So you have a way around this?
Particularly has to clear it out, so eyes can be set back behind him. Gun drill spotted. That's going to be a headshot through the box here as K-Knight doing an immense amount of damage. Only confirming the 1 kill. Field position now going to be noted. YZ is just mowing him down with a frenzy in hand. The pistol cannot be found. Billy will stretch their lead, now up 8-5.
Yeah, just stellar patience here on the retake from BLG. They make sure that they can get YZ into position before they really start committing to the fights. And Team Liquid kind of gives the script away in a few of those moments, takes some shots. Kind of reveals where they're trying to hide. Ridiculous. Just free fire. And then YZ shows up to the party, and he is the life of the party for sure.
That's just a demonic pop-off.
I love it, Neff.
Such a good series overall. Smoke blooms. Not going to be able to get the spot out there on Camo's push, but market door gets shut. He's going to continue to try to swing forward, but they've given up the position. They've given the space over, so they're anticipating this aggression.
Yeah, Billy happy to try to use their weapon advantage, set up these longer range fights. Don't let some of those close range guns take you down. Those classics don't get in the right click range. A couple sheriffs though, and a ghost. So actually, a little bit of firepower here for Team Liquid, especially on Kiko on that ISO. You can find some value there. Could be all of a sudden a different round, but Team Liquid has managed to suss this out. Starting to lean towards the weak side.
Oh, that's a spot out there, playing off the one-way. Russia just mows down 2. Serial and Patatek both dead. 1 bullet remaining in the mag, has to go ahead and go for the reload. But now go for the repeat. And that is going to be Russia coming away with 3. Billy not looking to let Liquid back into this, at least not in any kind of thrifty fashion.
Could you imagine if he swung with that 1 bullet and got the kill? Like,
I could imagine. We've seen crazier things.
I thought he was going to do it for a second.
He's been playing like a madman.
I mean, Billy is kind of let loose. They're unleashed. And they are thriving. They've got a 4-round lead coming into their bonus. It's only a couple Spectres, Guardian, Bulldog, Sheriff for Neff. Bit of a spot, but nothing super interesting there. Just the Sentinel identified. Liquid looking to set up an 8-hit. Gonna lead the way with the drone.
Double damage, looking for the punish here. Just running it down here is Camo, but K-Knight is there. The layers are there to back this up. Quick clear on the drone. Shock Dart going to be sent. K-Knight eating a bit of damage, sees the wall. shock of his own. Soften up the players here a bit. Ends up getting dodged. Snipe open, plant in the open as well.
Planted.
Spike in play. YZ once again trying to swing around from the back, but has to clear this wire.
Just trying to math away that he doesn't have to shoot it.
Oh, he's getting spotted.
Oh my.
Good for one, looks for two. Can't quite make that happen. Oblivious still there, running and gunning with that Spectre in hand, but Serial absolutely devours them. The 4K, but that is still a damn good bonus for Billy. Team Liquid, though, stopping the conversion.
I just love the proactivity that we're seeing from Billy on this defender side, getting YZ out into the open early, getting ready for these retakes, coming from a bunch of different angles, pushing. I mean, they line up for him there, but he still collects.
Just not getting the relay from YZ fast enough. And he was playing there at main. Liquid still able to scrape together for a decent purchase.
YZ's got an outlaw, though.
And he does, and everyone is vulnerable to it. HyperX already eating a bit of damage as well. Here on the camera. It's 3 players here on this side. Relay bolt to try to delay. Fragment try to cut off market access, and K9 finds both duelists of Liquid. Camo, Keiko, both going to be taken down. Thrown now out onto the corner, gets the spot here onto Serial. Spike still in market. Swing coming through, YZ able to find one. Serial going to be dropped. YZ on the re-peek, loses his head. But HyperX is completely contained within the corner, and it's going to be a 3-player high-low. BLG not allowing for Liquid to string together consecutive round wins in this half. They get themselves now up to 10.
They're just doing a great job delaying. Playing just enough stall. And then the reveal comes through there as well. K-Knight collects. YZ on those flank angles has been really impactful. So many big moments. And there, you know, I mean, you've got Liquid corralled. You've got them trapped. And things just crumble. Now you got to think of a way out of this. Bye's going to be a little bit shaky for Team Liquid coming into this next round. They do have a couple ults, they do have a Hunter's Fury, they do have a neural theft, so there's some ways that they can turn this round on its head for sure. We've already seen them pull off a thrifty.
Yeah.
But
pretty desperately need another one right here.
Yeah.
HyperX looking like he might be risking his entire economy. Flies down to get a Vandal into the hands of Keiko. 1.5. That impact from the ISO. One charge away from having a kill contract online.
So again, you've got a lot of options here as Liquid actually coming into this. I like this timeout a lot because you can talk about 2 things. You can talk about how you want to cycle these ults for this round, get that orb for Keiko, get him into a position where he's using the kill contract, not on YZ hopefully, and somebody else, and then you can use the Hunter's Fury maybe. Scale up in the site. If you've got that kill, then you can use the neural theft. Like, you can actually shut BLG out of this round if you can get all the cards into place.
Let's see how they start this. That's a fantastic way to kick this off. As Serial back to back, gorgeous headshots with 2 players down on the floor. Neural theft now getting the reveal, spotting out this attempted aggression from A.
It's
The
you
plant will
and
now
me.
come through, and Levius, there is no escape other than to fight your way through. Walls falling, Pico narrowly surviving.
And
Snaps
that's
back
the
through,
end.
full HP, full armor, and Russia and K-Knight just have to drift away and save. The timeout call from Liquid working a treat. Shadows traveling.
Yeah, Billy thinking they can maybe catch Team Liquid off guard, go for a tiles hit, and it just gets shut right down. Serial has continued to be a real menace on the Cypher. Neff just caught sleeping there. Maybe wasn't expecting Serial to go for another peek, but you got a Sheriff and you're feeling it, why not? You can throw that neural theft in there. Nico's got his ult. It is all good to go. Another Mastercard thrifty here for Team Liquid, and they've cut the lead back down to 3.
And it's a flawless thrifty at that.
Unreal.
Serial now tying alongside Risha there at the top of the board. Just such crisp shots to be found. And just
Oh,
get
he
the
just
weapon
turned.
recover into the control theft there. Fantastic value found. Team Liquid still hanging on by a thread in this map. Still with a chance to take this series for themselves. Need 3 more to tie things up. Camo lined up there for the moment. Hunter's Fury going to be coming through. And Wisey is not ready. Penny got his wide swings on him. He's able to find the kill. Neff does. They have to go ahead and pick up one, but Camo's made his way through alley. Finds Russia, gets Neff. Sight wide open. Some shots from K-Knight, but once again, you've got 2 players left standing, and BLG are going to go for the save once more.
Yeah, it's if you can break through those initial defenses, things just crumble for these defenders. And Rishia, again, trying to TP up on that box, and it just is a little too late. I mean, I think teams are, obviously it's been a while since we've seen this map and not respecting the speed of the Neon sometimes. We've seen it on this very moment where the Neon's coming through and you're trying to TP somewhere and the Neon's quicker.
Yeah.
I'm out
Or
of
it
here.
looks like maybe a little bit of hunting to be done.
Gotta go.
Plenty of money. Want to get these weapons out of hands, make this as costly for BLG as you possibly can. Double stack setup though. Levius situated on the canvas. Should be foot spotted, but K-Knight will be able to get the headshot. So Camo does get shut down.
Guys, can we do it like this? Look, put the Cypher cage here. Pop the cage. Penny.
And we'll never know what he said. We'll never find out what the rest of that strategy was.
Talking about the execute. Throw the Cypher cage, throw some util, and get on in. I mean, YZ had a chance.
They hit Wisey with a sleep dart. Wasn't ready at all for the swing on the corner.
Go, go, go.
Now he's got the op.
Shortcut.
Cut down for a Guardian.
It's not the op, but he's on the wrong side of the map to try to utilize it here. Camo caught by the tripwire. Levius is able to find one. Immediately sends out that neural theft. Breaks the shield of Kiko, but ends up falling, so the reset comes through. Hunter's Fury going across. Neff with the fragment, able to find Kiko. Patatek fighting back for one. Neff will be left on the floor. A 3v2. YG now getting into position.
Oh, spike down A.
Flushed out by the shock dart. Serial once again has to try to clutch things out, but YZ will find the value. BLG will once again keep Team Liquid back. 3 rounds separating once more. BLG 2 away from taking this series.
And this is back to some of the stuff we saw in Haven from BLG, where you leave YZ on his own with a sniper rifle and you stack the other side of the map. And Team Liquid falls right into the trap. Great util combos there to flush Kiko out. Everybody getting involved for Billy. They got Neff Salt, the Neon ult. Oh my god.
Russia's just basically pre-firing the angle. Breaks the shield, hits the headshot. Now the null command's gonna be popped, and it seems like they have a pretty damn good idea of where Penny went with that TP. Patatek able to find one. Penny puts them down. They line up, and Penny comes up with 3.
Enemy down.
Ends up falling to the wayside. The res can come through. It's a hell of a lot faster than it used to be. Spike is planted, and Camo is here for the backstab. Neff is well tagged. That shot got him through the box. Flash. Down to 50 HP. Seems like the heroics of Penny may have just been enough to go ahead and get them at least this extra round win. He's gonna try to fight this out, but they're a lot closer than he anticipated. Team Liquid not going quietly into the night.
And it's Penny again. Steps up for Liquid. It looks like this is just done and dusted. I mean, Rushia gets a free kill. It's a 3v5. And then Penny's had enough. They line up
Down.
right into his crosshairs. They get the res, and they are not ready for Camo to be back there already. Just a great timing play for Penny.
Every round, it's like an M. Night Shyamalan film. If you think you know where it's going, and then it just goes a completely different direction.
What a twist. Now you're on a weaker buy. You invested so much to get those operators going.
Ooh, put a pre-fire there. Some chip damage onto the Neon.
But again, Neff has his ult, and they're still going to put a rifle on him. I do find this interesting, but Neff's good enough, again, that I understand. They're just looking for any kind of info that they can get, but a repop of the smoke is going to make it hard to get any info.
Fast lane set up.
Oh my God.
Not going to get the clear here, but also not going to get them baited forward. They managed to get K-Knight into the perfect position, but Team Liquid, they make the right choice. They successfully strafe away. Pushing out. Paranoid tucks in back sight. Serial through the smoke just gets a headshot on the YZ. Maybe some noise made to try to give it away, but this Judge isn't going to find too much else other than a bit of damage.
30 seconds left.
Spike now to be planted with just
Spike
this
planted.
ghost. Camo taking
Bye-bye.
point. Ooh. Taking names, finds the kill, Neff dead, and that's the other two players once again having to go for a save. Team Liquid, barring any deaths on the hunt, they are going to get themselves within touching distance, one round separating in flawless fashion.
Just what tremendous diligence being shown here by Team Liquid. A bunch of traps set up by BLG, one on each side of the map. And they're able to just not fall for the one on B, go over to A, where there's the Judge, and you put a cam right outside of the smoke that forces Rushia back. He tries to hide the Judge, switches over to Classic to clear it. And they still sniff it out. Oh boy, that's big.
That is catastrophic. Money's not really there. You can see half armors across the board as the timer gets paused, and it seems like it's going to be a timeout call here from Billy. What?
Dude, Serial is just feeling it. That is filthy.
Need an admin to check that PC. That is ridiculous. Yeah, I think it accurately summarizes this entire series. All of the expressions we just saw.
Basically.
Final timeout call used here by Billy to try to just eke out these last two round wins. Team Liquid nipping at their heels.
It's tough. I mean, you've had so many things start to go right, and then it crumbles, and each time feels like you're back on track. One of the other teams just is right back in it. They found an answer. I mean, credit to both squads. They are fighting tooth and nail today. It has just been a tremendous series.
Absolutely has been. And I mean, the scoreline this tight, all timeouts used. Overtime?
Sure, why not? I'm about it. I'm here.
We wouldn't mind it. Toronto, how about you guys? You want to see another overtime? We'll see if we can make that happen. For now, though, some rifles and a Guardian for BLG. And the aforementioned half armors, two of them regen. No Outlaw on the attack, though, for Team Liquid to try to capitalize off that.
Kiko's got his ult. Something to be wary of for sure.
Oh, no. YZ dragged in once again. Can he get the victory? The answer is yes, he absolutely can, but now he's going to be likely at risk as he snaps back in. No, he's just fighting right back. Serial Penitent, 2 minutes, go ahead and trade back a couple kills, but suddenly Serial left all alone. Tripwire gives the position away, swings in, spots one, and Levius is there. Close angle, shuts him down. BLG up to match point. Team Liquid need 2 in a row to get that OT.
Liquid trying to scale off the back of Kiko's ult.
I'm out of here.
But they're so ready for it. And this is, again, the worst player possible.
And YZ should be in the worst position possible coming out of this, but they're just not looking for him.
They're all just focused on Levius. And he plays it brilliantly. Hits his shots when he needs to most. And that's got YZ pumped. One more round. And BLG's got it.
Hunter's Fury, the overdrive. One away from a neural theft here for Liquid. Just YZ's ult for BLG.
Use a drone to check the front of B site here. Being left open a bit. Here's the cam.
Nowhere!
There we go.
Fury gonna be set down. Camo not able to find too much of anything there. Bad Attack does manage to go ahead and get a pick onto Levius, as well as a pump of damage onto Neff. Puts him to 70. It opens up the site. The spike can now be planted. Drone trying to lead out. YZ overdrive popped. Wrapping back around. It's Boba side. K-Knight finding one. He doesn't check the box. Kiko striking. It's only able to find the one though. YZ zaps them all to death. The defuse to come in, and that's BLG closing out the series. 13-10 on Sunset, 2-1 on the set.
What a great series to close out the first day of Masters Toronto.